Scott, check out this new cursed camera I got.
Wait, what?
Check out this cool camera I got. Say cheese.
So.
Yeah, crazy story. I was at this bazaar and a guy was selling a whole bunch of junk, and this was right next to a monkey's paw.
Wait, how much did it cost?
I stole it. I'm sure there won't be any unforeseen consequences of this action. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will be fine. The fuck is this? Well, that was really weird. What the hell was that, man?
I wouldn't worry about it. What movie are we going to watch today?
We are watching this sexy hot mama right here.
Okay, say cheese.
Wow, Polaroid, man. Oh, you should take a picture of me in my studio. Yeah, come on, man. Come here.
Okay. Yeah.
Since the earliest days of movie making, the genre of the Lost World and its prehistoric denizens is one that always seems to die out, only to be rediscovered once again. From B-movies and cult films to modern blockbusters, we are the raiders of the lost genre.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, man.
So you sort of picked for us today the 1960s remake of the original Sir Arthur Conan Doyle Lost World. So the good news is Claude Rains is in this. The bad news is it's Irwin Allen, the guy who did Lost in Space.
Dude, so here's the thing. Like, it's a remake, sure, because that's the only thing that happens when you have this movie. It's just been remade.
Oh yeah, over and over and over.
Timeline-wise,
yeah.
From the first one till now, where are we?
We're at alligators with rubber horns on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also see there's like some optical stuff.
Oh yeah, no, it's terrible, Dave. You ready?
I miss Herbert Long. Mamma mia.
Listen, I could do without your racist bullshit today.
Hey man, Mario is not racist. I mean, he is, but we pretend like he's not so we can keep playing the video games.
Alright, ready for this shit?
I guess.
And hope for the best. Alright. Listen, Dave, I know you keep thinking about starting up a pirating business of videos. Yeah. Especially seeing as how the DVD market is so strong right now.
Yeah,
but,
5 years in jail isn't that much.
Yeah.
Ever have that moment as a kid where you were stuck at grandma's with nothing to do, and someone turns on the TV thinking they've found the answer to your boredom?
Maybe if I had some lather.
You like dinosaur movies, right? It says The Lost World is on. You'll love it.
Oh shit, The Lost World's on fire!
Oh damn! They must have had budget to burn the credits like that?
Budget to burn!
Accustomed as you may be to old movies, what hits the screen is disappointing, even for a seasoned vet of classic monster movies. Though you try to sit still, the faded hues of questionable sets coalesce around unimpressed actors, while lizards trudge across the screen with rubber horns stuck to their head.
Oh yeah, I forgot Jill St. John is in this. We got a Bond girl.
That's the 1960 Irwin Allen version of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. Get used to it.
More lava. Cool.
Not really. Lava's very hot.
Oh.
Venerated character actor Claude Rains plays Professor Challenger, who reports to the London Zoological Society that he has discovered a plateau in the Amazon basin that is home to extinct species, including dinosaurs.
Grumpy, grumpy, grump, grump, grump.
Professor Ahmed Malone, Global News. I'd like a few words with you if you don't mind. I have no doubt.
So we have a Bond girl and a Felix Leiter in this movie.
Gil, you must realize
I realize that you're in my...
Hey!
Outrageous!
Oh, it's adult.
Frosty, stop that! Come back here! Stop that!
It's like headlights are coming right at me.
How'd you know my name?
Ed Malone, Global News Service.
She's capable of reading.
Well, you were a woman who could read? Murder!
Witch!
As his boat was capsized and he has returned with zero evidence, he suggests he head an expedition back to prove his findings to colleagues such as Professor Summerlee, who mocks Challenger, and the world.
This is the same room they used to cut people open while they were alive.
It is.
It was this morning.
No, it is.
The redhead is challenged.
Hello? That neckline is so low I can see her feet.
Such an introduction poses no problem. The professor has a remarkable aptitude for getting himself in the headlines by clashing with the press. A head-on, you might say.
Well, you're just supposed to introduce me, dickhead, not roast me.
Creatures of the supernatural, and well they might be, for we know them as gigantic creatures of the long-dead Jurassic period. In other words, live dinosaurs.
And they're all contained in a park of sorts, if you will.
Needing members and funding for the safari, he grudgingly agrees to allow people outside the society along for the ride.
Oh, by all means, you're welcome, sir. Assembly.
No! For myself, I prefer a man of less notoriety. From what I hear, Lord Roxton's more famous, shall I call them escapades?
And one of them sitting right next to you right now.
Yeah, the gossip columns are all about archaeology back then.
That includes journalist Ed Malone, whose publisher foots the bill for the expedition.
What about it, Professor? Will $100,000 pay for the passage of Edward Malone?
And since I was never a man to resist logic,
Or money.
And big game hunter Lord John Roxton, who seems to know the area suspiciously well.
Shouldn't you look for qualified people and not just open the door for any yahoo?
You shouldn't have to look for them. They're in the room.
But at the moment, I'm looking after your girl. Excuse us.
Good night.
Does anybody else feel like going motorboating? Meanwhile, in a Tarzan film. Ooh, it's a growing goose. I love those.
Yeah, it's from Tailspin. Baloo's in
Yep.
there.
Lord Roxton, isn't it? Why, yes, have we met?
Not Sean Connery talking to not Ricardo Montalban.
This is Gomez, your helicopter pilot.
Welcome to Cut-Rate Fantasy Island.
Jennifer, said publisher's busty go-get-em daughter, shows up in South America to tag along, in part because she believes she's qualified, and yet brings her brother, her poodle, and a complete set of evening wear. But also because she's tired of Roxton's flippancy towards their essentially physical relationship.
You know, you better tune in too. We're making an early start in the morning.
I love that she brought evening gowns to the jungle.
Evenings happen in the jungle, too.
Good evening.
Good night.
Everybody hates me.
It's the helicopter of free love. Why is it painted like that?
There they meet helicopter pilot Gomez and his cowardly, lascivious sidekick Jose. Motley crew assembled, it's off to the interior.
Ooh, boy. Now that I know where there's two guys on the music credits.
That was weird.
I mean, there's plateaus everywhere. How do you know which one is the right one?
You look for the lost one. Oh. It's the last one you find. Typically.
There it is, directly ahead.
Okay, well that one does kind of stand out.
Maybe it comes with its own musical sting.
Bypassing any real sense of jungle adventure that might come from having to climb the plateau, the pilot brilliantly puts them down in the thick of the mountaintop.
The dog looks more impressed than the newsman. Oh, don't linger on these shots. You can see the price tags from Michaels still. Who is he talking to? Where's the xylophone?
Among the first night jitters and guitar exploits of Gomez is the not far enough away sound of a giant creature.
Unbelievable. They brought fucking candles and valances?
The whole group wanders into the jungle to investigate and see a huge dinosaur knocking over trees.
The woman strangling plant from the Jurassic era. Wow, it rattles the very trees.
That could be a cool shot if it was done by somebody, you know, with talent.
Competent.
Once they find their way back to the campsite, though, they are shocked to discover the beast has destroyed their only means off of this lost world.
Oh, no. The helicopter's wrecked.
There's a reason why you don't park the helicopter up on the plateau with the giant monsters.
My helicopter.
Oh no!
Hey, remember that helicopter problem I mentioned earlier? They rolled right into Adventureland.
Hey, look, there's the back of water.
Senor.
Huh?
Mommy, come see this iguana.
Come on, baby. Come on, Fuzzy. Come on. Oh, good.
Oh, let me just ignore the thing that's clearly in my... Oh my god!
Jennifer's brother David also spies a beautiful savage brunette and chases her past a gigantic tarantula.
Oh god! What the? Oh!
Oh yeah, you can get around it. No problem. There you go. No problem.
And catches her.
Good.
Aware now that there are cannibalistic savages, who do they eat? And other creatures among the horrors they must face, the group finds a cave to stay in, and tensions soon arise.
This plateau would be like pitching a tent in a cage of lions.
I'm pitching one right now.
Genial monkey. Careful.
After Malone and Roxton fight over Jennifer, they find a journal belonging to a previous expedition headed by the eminent explorer Burton White.
Oh, he stayed up. Wow, who knew he had a backbone?
I got a concussion, I think.
I can't remember my legs.
What'd you find?
Except that for me, this story started 3 years ago when Burton White came to me. He was an American. He'd spent most of his life tracking down ancient civilizations and all that goes with it.
And then I abandoned him out here. Funny story.
Roxton admits that he was supposed to lead them safely to find diamonds in the area,
All killed by the predator.
but instead showed up too late to save them from prehistoric monsters because he was busy playing patty cake with girls like Jennifer.
I mean, that's what I really like about the upper crust, is the way they just come clean on everything and tell you when they've been terrible. Because that's realistic.
No, I'm the villain.
No, I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
Gomez holds Roxton responsible for the deaths of the previous explorers, including his brother.
Any of you read Lord of the Flies? No?
Kill Piggy.
And Jose can't decide what he wants more, the brunette or the diamonds nobody has seen yet.
The worst peeper.
Jesus!
Roxton, I found Gomez. He's hurt.
No, I'm just sleepy. Go on without me. Go on.
Have you tried the blue stuff?
Someone offered me a hit off of this shit, and it really went home. Anything going on over here?
Almost knocking over the cardboard.
I mean, this isn't bad.
It isn't good.
No, but it's not bad. Ah!
Why does it sound like a TIE fighter?
Oh, I hope we don't actually watch these things kill each other.
Oh god, it's another dinosaur snuff film.
I'm semi-impressed by the prosthetics staying on.
They're all caught by the girls' tribe.
Welcome to the full down-ho experience.
Okay, those guards still outside, Malone?
What? Well, you can just pop your head out of the prison cell?
They're still there.
But she leads them through an escape tunnel and to White, still alive but blind and dying.
So, She's just taking them someplace else to eat them all herself, right?
Probably.
Because, I mean, if they're cannibals, stands to reason.
I mean, she's got to. She's like the only vegetarian.
Burton White.
Who is it?
Johnny.
Johnny?
Oh, you're here, asshole.
Hey, thanks for leaving me in some graves over there if you want to pay your respects.
Would they kill us, senor? Of course, if they can. Except she doesn't want you to die.
It's weird, I know. I don't even know you, and I'd like you to all die.
This whole mountain is honeycombed with volcanic passageways.
Choose from one of these 3 doors.
He conveniently decides not only to not join them, but how to find the diamonds, pass a lake of lava and dinosaurs, and escape the plateau.
Just what is this cave of fire?
Well, it's a cave
With fire.
fire in it.
Listen, it's Johnny again.
It's Burton again.
He even forgives Roxton. What a guy!
Let's keep moving then.
Listen, we spent a lot of money on this set, so we want to make sure that you see it for as long as possible. Now they have to go through that part in Thunder Mountain. Ooh, suddenly it's Star Trek music.
Big Thunder Mountain.
This here's the wildest ride on the plateau!
The group travel the caves even as the cannibals close in.
Oh my god, the walking. Silent but deadly, am I right, folks?
This must be the fire cave.
Goodbye, everybody!
Hold this.
He's climbing down actively now.
I want to die!
Hang on, Professor, they'll get you.
My god, those rocks, they're so real.
See that log?
Breaks and we're covered in hot lava.
Not made by the hands of man, I know that for sure.
Hackers! Woo! Hackers! Woo!
Find the lost treasure, but are stopped by its guardian dino.
What?
Please eat him. Please eat him. Please eat him. Come on, please. Any minute now, you can.
Come on.
Who eats Jose, or a reasonable facsimile thereof.
There we
Oh,
go.
little guy. Oh.
Oh, it's not even a. It's like a G.I. Joe. You can see the joins.
And the lizard's hanging from a string. You can see the string.
And yet gets buried by lava by a self-sacrificing Gomez.
Whoa, he's hanging. What the? Oh my god! No. Oh no!
This, of course, triggers the volcano.
Leftovers for everyone.
I mean, typical Italian made way too much sauce.
Too much sauce. Take some with you.
Don't go yet!
But our heroes manage to escape the plateau, the eruption, plus the man-eating plants and cavemen almost without breaking a sweat.
My lost world.
So what you're telling me is that the whole plateau exploded, and this lost world is now gone because white guys.
Fuck you, prehistory!
Fortunately, Challenger grabbed a dinosaur egg for proof, and Roxton grabbed enough diamonds for Malone, Jennifer, and all involved to be rich back in civilization.
A baby dinosaur. Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, with the horns and all.
Motherfucker.
David keeps the brunette, who hopefully has gone vegetarian.
Oh. That was not good.
I told you.
Irwin Allen had been a producer and director of film in Hollywood for years before moving to 20th Century Fox Studios and bringing more of his family-targeted, low-budget fantasy to movies and later TV.
She's afraid. It must be the native taboo.
Although he hired a stop-motion maestro Willis O'Brien, who did the original classic silent film version, onto this 1960 Lost World for some of the visual effects, Allen settled for reptiles, cheap sets, and stock footage. While his cast here is made of notable character actors, no one is utilized very well by a script that seems hackneyed and runaround. Claude Rains is almost unrecognizable here, and Michael Rennie, Richard Hayden, Fernando Lamas, and David Hedison, while all established in fine genre productions, step up, do their role, and run from rubber threats. Jill St. John plays Jennifer Holmes, a socialite not too far from her in-real-life self, who dated everyone from Sean Connery, when she was the first American Bond girl alongside Lana Wood, whom they fought over, to Michael Caine, Roman Polanski, Tom Selleck, Frank Sinatra, Henry Kissinger, and finally married Robert Wagner. Irwin Allen would go on to do disaster films and develop popular TV series like Lost in Space and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, both of which reportedly used his Lost World film as stock footage.
I, Sir Lord Roxton, would like to welcome you to this fine discussion of the film The Lost World by Irwin Allen.
What a book. Like, okay, so, where to start with this movie, right?
For starters, neither one of us has read the book, right?
No.
Okay. I've seen the silent version. Have you? Really? Okay. Silent version worth it for multiple reasons. I mean, A, being the Willis O'Brien special effects. Isn't that odd? That he somehow
is supervisor or something.
Yeah.
That was the thing about it. I kept thinking something would happen. And by that I mean something good. But every time we saw effects, it was just the lizards in their little tiny costumes.
I told you there was no stop motion or anything.
Well, I was expecting even like maybe a costume or like the only other, like legitimately, the only effect we got were live lizards with actual IRL in-camera crab glued to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like,
everything that I warned you of came true, Dave.
It was, okay, so what it does that almost none of them do was, so we didn't go to the center of the earth, it was on a plateau, which was nice.
Well, which is from the story.
So, but that's the only nice thing about it.
Right.
Like the characters were awful, and there were so many of them for so long.
Yeah, I want to say that there's more in this version than most versions, than like the original version. I could be wrong. This is the original story in a lot of ways. I mean, this is the one that, not this movie version of it, for God's sakes, but this story is the one that inspired all of them, you know, in terms of like finding the lost world with still prehistoric, you know, things are there and so on. I'm so articulate today about this because this movie has actually fried brain cells.
Seriously, I want to say things, but my brain is refusing to have words for me.
I know that Roxton's a character in the original. I know that the reporter is a character. I don't know if I want to say they bring along the girl, and I know that they find the native girl in the original, and that's
it was just a letdown. Everything we got was a real bummer.
Yeah.
Like all the sets, there was a lot of walking, and they did not use any of it for exposition. It was literally just walking.
Yeah, no,
slowly.
the biggest exposition scene, we get like two big exposition scenes, and one of them is Roxton sitting back on a rock after having emasculated himself.
Right.
And
he cucked himself.
Right, and he lays back on a rock, and for 5 minutes spiels out this other backstory that we weren't supposed to know about until now.
I hated him. He was like, you thought he was going to be the leading man, and I'm like, this dude's old. Why does this young woman want to marry this old man?
We really don't have a leading man. You have Roxton, who's a failure, and then you have the reporter guy who,
the world
like half the
brother,
time, half the time he's a wuss, half the time like he's a stand-up guy.
There's no focus in this movie.
No, there really isn't. It's like characters only talk when you need them to talk for a moment, and then they're just dropped, even though they're in the frame.
The only thing, I can't even say character, the only thing in this goddamn movie with an arc that pays off is the umbrella.
Yeah.
The love interest that comes out of nowhere, the brother who's like, me too, who is useless, the reporter who is nil.
Everything is so inconsequential in this film.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
Like even something scary in the foreground is something to kind of inch around on the side.
Nothing is there to draw the eye.
Yeah.
No development for characters, no atmosphere, no music, no even attempt to like.
I mean, okay, like I'll backpedal on that one a little. The music's okay. I'm not sure it was all made for this movie, but the music's okay at times. At least it's adventurous towards the end.
Yeah, but that could just be bought and paid for.
Right.
That could have been just stock. Like
Yeah.
everything involved in this movie, from writing, acting, directing, special effects, all of it. It's just like a whole big who gives a fuck. Like with Wynorski's movies, you can see where somebody sometimes accidentally takes it seriously. It was a straight acre and a half of just gray.
Yeah.
Fine, I don't care. I hate this movie. It's fucked.
All right, so where does this movie fall on the Hans Schiebemeter for Dave?
I don't even know if there's something harsh enough for it. Like if there was something below a 5, like even off the scale. Like it shouldn't even be on the scale, I feel.
Yeah.
It is so boring and so bland and so nothing. It could have been better served if we just like tuned out and looked at a wall. Like your wall of DVDs holds more character development, intrigue, and suspense than this. It's awful.
It's decent poster art, and there was good sets, and there was a couple of shots that were well done, but that's about it. Yeah, I'm with you. I give it a 5.
So terrible.
Yeah.
Fucking curse.
I mean, maybe they were shooting with a cursed camera.
Oh shit! They go, pick them up. The cameras get cursed all the goddamn time. So McLeod, it's come to this.
That's right, Dave. In the end, there can be only one. Oh, come on, man. We talked about this.
What? Alright, Scott, I'm gonna take off with a no! Why? The curse was real. It was real.
What, dude? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm alive.
What?
No. I just wanted to see what the whole David Carradine thing was about.
I think you're missing half of it.